In this video, I want to talk about the most dangerous lie that men believe about female attraction and why it's the number one reason you get stuck in the friend zone for years. And it's not your fault either. You were programmed to believe this, that if you're a nice, respectful, safe gentleman, then she'll want you. But that's completely wrong. You see, so many guys mix up the idea of interest or comfort and attraction and desire. They think just because a woman is interested in them, just because she's comfortable around them, that automatically means she's going to desire them. So what happens when she shows you a little bit of interest? You're like, oh, she's on. I'm totally like, I got her in the bag. Everything's over. It doesn't really work like that. You see, here's what you have to realize. And you would be wise to pay attention to this because this one single insight will change everything for you. In every interaction, you need two things. You need comfort and you need tension, or what I call desire. Now, in order to create that tension, which is going to generate the desire you want, you have to break rapport, which I'm going to cover in a minute. But the way to think about it is that these are two opposing forces that are always happening in every interaction. Now, what most guys are doing is they're so focused on making the girl comfortable and doing everything they could possibly do to make her feel comfortable around them. Now, comfort is great, right? You need it at the beginning of the interaction to get her interested in you. But if you make the mistake of trying to be flirty with the girl and you start, cracking jokes or teasing her way too fast, that's going to backfire because you don't have comfort. So comfort is important. It's kind of like when, there's a guy who you don't know and he comes up to you at a party and he just starts ragging on you. You're like, dude, who the are you? Like, why are you talking like this to me? It's insulting because you don't know the guy. But if one of your friends does the exact same thing, you guys just laugh and have a great time together. Well, the same thing is true for women. They need comfort, or what I call rapport, right? So they need this comfort here before they can ever be attracted to you. But don't misunderstand that, because if you just have comfort, it's going to lead you straight to the friend zone. This is what so many guys misunderstand or they get wrong. They think that if you're just friendly with her all the time, she's going to want you. And while that's what you need at the beginning of the conversation, it's the exact opposite of what you need to do to spark desire, because desire only comes from polarity. It comes from having your own point of view, from disagreeing with her. It's being willing to playfully tease her and perfectly, creating tension. Now, I'm not saying you need to be a player or some pickup artist, but what I am saying is if you're friendly with her all the time, you're going to ruin all the attraction that she has for you. Because let's be real, no guy is polite 24/7. You're only acting that way if you're trying to get something from her. And women find this behavior disgusting. That's why smart guys, the ones who crush it with girls, they're not afraid to challenge women or tease them or flirt with them. They're always cracking jokes or messing with her and sometimes even disagreeing with her. Not because that guy's a jerk, but just because this is what naturally attractive men do. They flirt, banter, and tease people that they have rapport with. And that's a difference between you and them. Because right now, you're being friendly in your conversations, you're building comfort, but you're missing the most important thing of all. And that is the ability to spark real, genuine desire. And that only happens when you do this middle part, which is to break rapport. And how I like to do that is there's three different ways. You can tease, you can challenge, or you can disagree. So many men misunderstand teasing, though. They think that it's about being witty or saying clever phrases or insulting the girl or dominating her. Like, that's not the point. The entire point of teasing is to break the rapport or the comfort that you built in the beginning of the relationship so that then she feels a desire to rebuild that comfort. That is how you set up a chase dynamic. One where she's the one who's chasing you instead of the other way around. You see, humans are wired to restore broken emotional connections. So when you break rapport slightly in a playful, non-threatening way, then something interesting happens. Women start to lean in, they start investing more, they start trying to re-engage the conversation that they weren't initially that interested in. That's the power of breaking rapport. Now, the best way to think of this is kind of like a balancing act. On one side, you have comfort. The other side, you have desire. If you have too much comfort, then you go to the friend zone. But if you have too much desire or too much tension, which creates desire, then you have rejection. You need both, right? Too much salt without pepper tastes weird, but if you have enough salt and pepper, it tastes really good. Because rapport is what's going to make the interaction stick together. It's what's going to make her feel comfortable around you. Because rapport is what's going to make her feel safe when she's talking to you. But breaking rapport creates tension, and that tension is what's going to create the attraction. Here's a quick example for you. Let's say that she mentions that she's really easygoing. If you stay in rapport, you might say something like, "Yeah, I can tell you seem very chill." Now the comfort increases, but the desire does not. Now breaking rapport might sound something like, I don't know about that. Easygoing people usually don't have to tell people that they're easygoing." And then I smirk. Clearly she knows I'm joking because I smiled or I smirked at her when I said it, and I said it in a playful way. Now, typically, what's going to happen is she's going to hit your arm, or she's going to laugh or try to justify herself like, "I am easygoing." You see, the reaction of a good break in rapport is laughter or smiling or her just, whatever. Like, she's not offended by what you said. But if she was offended, then you did it completely wrong. Remember, we're not trying to be rude here. We're just trying to be an attractive guy. And what do attractive guys do? They naturally tease women. We're simply messing around with her just like you would do if you had a little sister or with your best friend. It's not meant to be harmful. It's meant to be joking and playful. I mean, I still do this every single day with my wife, right? We're joking all the time. We're bantering with each other because it keeps the relationship fun and interesting. If everything was just about deep comfort talk, deep emotional connection, it would get boring. But if everything was just about a fun, flirty bantering, we'd have no deep connection and she would just think I'm an a-hole, or like she wouldn't want to date me. That's why you need both components. So you always have to make sure that you're building rapport and comfort, but after that, you also have to break rapport, because that is what is going to generate the attraction and the desire that you need to keep the relationship going. Otherwise, you're just going to end up being that guy. So at this point, you can hopefully see why the advice of just be yourself rarely ever works, because if being yourself worked, you would already be surrounded by beautiful women. But we both know that you're not. And it's because nobody ever taught you how to build desire. But thankfully, after watching this video, you now know. So have a great day.